Can you imagine losing billions of won in a rental scam right in the heart of Gangnam, one of South Korea's most expensive and secure neighborhoods? Now, picture this happening to a top-tier celebrity, someone who's known for her elegance, intelligence, and poise, Seo Hyun-Jin. It sounds unbelievable, but that's exactly what happened. In this video, we're going to break down the full story of how Seo Hyun-Jin became a victim of a massive rental scam, why the villa she was renting ended up at auction, and how even the auction failed to recover her deposit. Make sure you watch until the very end, because this case has layers you need to know, especially if you or someone you know ever plans to rent a home in South Korea. So who is Seo Hyun-Jin? For those unfamiliar, she's one of South Korea's most respected and beloved actresses. She started off in the music industry as part of the girl group MILUK under SM Entertainment, but really made her name in acting. She's known for her roles in dramas like Another Miss O, Dr. Romantic, and You Are My Spring. Her acting career has been defined by her portrayal of intelligent, emotionally complex characters. Fans love her for her grounded presence and polished image, and she's earned a reputation for being professional and careful in her decisions. That's why this situation shocked so many people. How could someone like her, with all her experience and advisors, fall victim to such a major scam? Now, let's talk about the property that's at the center of this issue. Seo Hyun-Jin reportedly entered into a rental agreement for a villa located in Gangnam, one of Seoul's most prestigious and high-end districts. Properties in Gangnam are often seen as safe, even premium investments. Like many in Korea, Jeonse entered into a Jeonse contract. For those unfamiliar, Jeonse is a common rental system in Korea where the tenant pays a massive lump sum deposit instead of monthly rent. That deposit is held by the landlord and returned in full when the lease ends. It's often used by people who prefer to live rent-free after the initial investment, or those who want to avoid monthly rent costs. It's considered stable, even traditional, in South Korea. But in Seo Hyun-Jin's case, something went very wrong. At some point during the lease, the villa was put up for public auction. This is usually a sign that the landlord was dealing with major financial issues, possibly defaulting on loans or taxes. And here's the critical point. When a property is auctioned, there's no guarantee the tenant will get their deposit back. That's especially true if the tenant hasn't registered their Jeonse contract with legal priority. In Seo Hyun-Jin's situation, once the villa was auctioned off, it was revealed that the proceeds from the sale were not enough to repay her deposit. The villa was expected to sell at a high price, given its location in Gangnam, but it sold for far less than the market value. Why? It could be due to falling real estate prices, hidden debts, or simply that the property was too entangled in legal issues for investors to see it as a good buy. Regardless of the reason, the result was the same. Her deposit was lost. This story doesn't just affect Seo Hyun-Jin. South Korea has seen a massive wave of rental scams in recent years, with thousands of victims, many of whom were young people or newlyweds, putting their life savings into Jeonse deposits. The schemes often involve fake ownership papers, shell companies, or landlords who take out loans using the property as collateral, collect deposits from tenants, and then vanish or go bankrupt. Even celebrities like Seo Hyun-Jin, who presumably had access to legal advisors, were not immune to this web of fraud. That's how advanced and sophisticated these schemes have become. In most Jeonse fraud cases, tenants believe their deposit is safe. But if they haven't officially registered their lease with the district office, or don't have what's known as a priority right, their deposit is not protected. That means when the property is auctioned off, the banks or tax agencies get paid first. The tenant, who may have put up billions of won, is last in line. That seems to be exactly what happened to Seo Hyun-Jin. Either her lease wasn't properly registered, or the value of the villa had dropped so low that even after the banks were paid, nothing was left for her. It raises an important question. How could this happen to someone like her? Was she poorly advised? Was the scam so hidden that even her team couldn't detect it? We may never know all the details, but the core truth remains: this system failed her. The villa was auctioned, the deposit wasn't recovered, and a major celebrity was left facing a financial disaster that most people wouldn't expect in a place like Gangnam. Seo Hyun-Jin has not made any public statements about the incident, but reports confirm that legal action is underway. Her agency has acknowledged the situation, but refused to give specific details, most likely because of ongoing legal proceedings. What's notable, though, is the public reaction. Many people have come forward expressing sympathy and surprise. For many fans, this event has humanized Seo Hyun-Jin even more. It shows that fame doesn't always come with immunity from real-world problems, and it has led to broader calls for reform in the Jeonse system, including demands for stronger protections and more transparency in property ownership. The South Korean government has since promised to take action, with new rules being considered to mandate registration of lease agreements, enhance tenant education, and establish insurance policies that would protect Jeonse deposits. Some of these measures have already been introduced, but they're not retroactive. For Seo Hyun-Jin and many others, the damage has already been done. This situation offers some crucial lessons. If you're planning to rent a home, whether in Korea or anywhere else, there are steps you can take to protect yourself. Always verify ownership of the property before signing a lease. Register your rental agreement with the appropriate government office. If your country has similar systems, make sure your lease is legally recognized and gives you some form of repayment priority. Never rely entirely on brokers or landlords to handle these steps for you. And always keep copies of every signed document. Let's go back for a moment to the auction process itself. In Korea, when a property is auctioned, the price typically starts at a certain percentage of its appraised value. If no one bids in the first round, the price drops in subsequent rounds. By the time a property actually sells, it might be for a fraction of its original value. That seems to be what happened in Seo Hyun-Jin's case. The villa sold at auction, but the final amount was too low to cover existing debts and her Jeonse deposit. Unfortunately, this isn't illegal. It's just how the current system works. And without a priority right or lien, tenants like Seo are left with little legal recourse. So what happens now for Seo Hyun-Jin? Professionally, she continues to act and appear in dramas, and from all public appearances, she seems to be handling the situation with strength and grace. Fans and the entertainment industry alike have praised her for staying composed during what must be a very stressful time. Some believe she may eventually speak out or take a more active role in raising awareness about rental scams in Korea. But for now, her focus appears to be on legal action and moving forward privately. This story is more than just celebrity news. It's a cautionary tale for anyone, whether you're renting a studio apartment or a luxury villa. Fraud can affect anyone. Scammers are getting smarter, and legal protections don't always catch up in time. The most important thing we can do is stay informed, learn from others' experiences, and take every step possible to protect ourselves financially. Whether you live in Korea or abroad, this story should make you think twice before signing a lease. So now that you know what happened, what do you think? Could something like this happen in your country? Do you think the system should change to better protect tenants? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Share this story so others can learn from it. And most importantly, don't assume safety just because the neighborhood looks expensive or the landlord seems trustworthy. Always verify, always protect your money, and always register your lease. Be cautious, be informed, and protect your future.